Doctor Who's 8th episode opens with the Doctor urging everyone to exit the building. Sutekh spreads dust over the entire structure as they are about to do so. Mel drives the scooter that she and the Doctor leave on, and the Doctor contacts Kate to instruct her to try to keep the dog away from the TARDIS. Before everyone in the unit turns to dust, Kate makes a farewell speech about birds singing once more before Harbinger, also known as I Am a Bad Guy, blasts out the death dust. Mel naturally speaks up and believes they need to fight back because the Doctor is at a loss for words. But first, they have to get away from this dust cloud that is engulfing everything. Mrs. Flood and Ruby's mother, who is leaving in a cab, both mention their plans before they pass away. Even though the unit is covered in dust, the Doctor and Mel manage to return there. How did they do it without being discovered, and arrive at the TARDIS? The Doctor determines that Ruby must look back on her memories in order to materialize the TARDIS, which is ostensibly remembering itself, after they have caught up. Sutekh appears on screen, accompanied by a few memberberries and a portion of Tom Baker's fantastic episode. Here, we discover that Sutekh has been developing into his actual godhood while riding on the TARDIS spine. Now that he is fully informed about the TARDIS, he is able to control it, serving as his death empire. Sutekh riffs that he's been using Susan Twist as his conduit to blow dust over the cosmos, while the Doctor swears he will reverse this and stop the destruction of all life. But I suppose we'll just have to forget about the flux, which seems to have destroyed the majority of the universe and has never been restored. In any case, the Doc, Ruby, and Mel collaborate to take off from Earth using this memory TARDIS. They discuss how Sutekh has been getting stronger and how his dust is causing the Earth to repeatedly perish. Since he was the one who initially traveled to all of these locations, the Doctor feels responsible for everything being destroyed when he finds that time and space are dying. Again, no mention of the flux. If you've been keeping tabs, you should be surprised by what the Doctor does next. He cries, of course. Sutekh resolves to go discover what Ruby is concealing after reflecting on the secret that the child carries in the meantime. This seems to be more powerful than the Time Lords. We return to the Doctor as he passes by a tent containing a memory-impaired woman. She can't remember her spouse, and her child is named Brindle D. That's all she can recall, though, including an opera house. After some back and forth, the Doctor pleads for metal, and she eventually gives him a metal spoon. Apparently, this is going to save the world. When the Doctor learns that Brindle D passed away a long time ago, he breaks down again in tears. Brindle D tells the Doctor he has a good face before fading into dust. After returning to the TARDIS, he criticizes Tom Baker's Pyramid of Mars, calling the Egyptian content cultural appropriation, in part because of Russell T. Davies' outstanding writing. In any case, the two utilize this metal spoon as Ruby begins to reflect on her history. The one thing the Doctor thinks he cannot understand is Ruby's mother. The fact that Sutekh is unaware of Ruby's mother's identity seems to be the basis for their continued survival. Mel eventually experiences a telepathic communication with Sutekh, who concludes that she can locate her family across time and space. We catch glimpses of the parallel timeline from 73 yards while they converse. It seems that the mandatory DNA testing in the timeline from 2046 is a hint that they need to go further back in time. By then, they hope, Ruby's mother will have registered, allowing them to use that information to trace their lineage. The Doctor reportedly landed there, thus it appears to be maintained in death. Thus, it appears to be a fixed point and not dead. Sutekh has infected Melanie during all of this, and he has given her the mission of identifying Ruby's mother. With a mission to locate the DNA, they show up at the Ministry of Health and storm the office. Mel struggles to maintain her sanity and behaves incredibly erratic while she is there. She can still hear Sutekh's voice. Ruby is the Doctor's main concern.